Yo, what's up guys, it's Kema. Welcome back to another TFT video. Today I wanted to talk about how to play the level 7 Rolldown on stage 4-1. In my opinion, it's actually the most difficult round in the entire game. So on stage 4-1, a lot of players will roll down here to find some direction for the comp that they're playing. The reason why this round is so hard is because each time you roll, you need to make like 3 or 4 decisions really quickly. Examples of this are like, is this shop an indicator of whether or not I should commit to a certain comp? Does anything in the shop make my current board stronger? Should I pick up a specific chosen or not? Is my board strong enough to sit until level 8? Overall, you probably have to make like 30 or 40 of those decisions in the span of 30 seconds. Some other mistakes I think a lot of players make on this turn is not knowing when to stop rolling. Like when their board is already strong enough to sit, but they keep going and roll, they continue to grief their econ. Another mistake is players not rolling down enough when their board is too weak, and they end up bleeding out too early. The last mistake is not picking up certain units that don't fit into your comp that could stabilize you until level 8. In this video, I'm going to go through all of these points and show you a bunch of examples of my rolldowns and my thought process through each one. So in this game, I'm playing Vanguard Mystics with Ahri. It's stage 4-1. I have pretty good items for Ahri. I have the Jeweled Gauntlet components, and I have a lot of the units for my frontline already. On my level 7 roll down, my goal here is to roll down for a solid frontline. This could either be 4 Vanguards or 4 Mystics. I'll flex between which one I hit first. I'll pick up every single Vanguard and every single Mystic I hit, and depending on which synergy I hit first, I'll play that as my frontline. The second thing I'm looking for is a good holder for Jeweled Gauntlet. In Vanguard Mystics, Ahri is your carry, and she is the primary holder for Jeweled Gauntlet. So ideally, you would want to get like a copy of Ahri here to play as your carry with your frontline. But that won't always happen. So when you roll down on stage 4-1, you should always be looking for a backup option to play for your carry. So say for example, I don't hit Ahri, like what am I going to do with this Jewel Gauntlet? I'm going to have no damage in my Vanguard Mystics team, and I'm just going to like lose streak all the way to level 8. A good item holder for Ahri, Jewel Gauntlets, is Kindred. So Kindred, if you hit 2-star Kindred, she's actually fine to stabilize you all the way until level 8, as long as your frontline is good. So when you roll down here, you need your Vanguards, your Mystics, Ahri, and you need Kindred. So I'm going to roll down here. I pick up the Garen, I pick up the Yuumi, and then another Mystic, another Vanguard. I'm running out of time here, so for now, I just play 4 Mystics here. I end up fighting this guy, but luckily he's particularly weak as well. So I didn't take any damage here at all. Because I only have a 1-star Kindred here still, I need to keep rolling because I'm definitely going to fight stronger people, and I'm going to take unnecessary damage if I don't keep rolling here. I was going to roll down until I hit 2-star Kindred, but luckily I found the chosen Ahri, and I play that, and then this board is definitely strong enough to get me to level 8 because I have a solid front line, I have 4 Mystics, 3 Vanguards, and I have a good item holder for my carry items, which is Jeweled Gauntlet. Do not roll here because the more gold you waste rolling at level 7, the weaker you'll get at level 8. You only have a 15% chance to hit your 4 cost units at level 7. If you use that gold to roll down at level 8 instead, you have a much higher chance of hitting your frontline units like Sejuani, Aatrox, Shen. The more gold you waste at level 7, the weaker your late game comp at level 8 will be. But yeah, this is a good example of when you should stop. So here is another game where I'm probably playing Ahri. It's a little different here because my frontline is very different from last game. I have 4 Brawlers instead of 4 Vanguards or 4 Mystics. But I have really good Ahri items. I have GA, IE, and Jeweled Gauntlet. So what am I rolling for here at level 7? Remember, you're rolling for a good frontline, and you're rolling for a good item holder for your carry items. So in this case, I don't have any Vanguards, and I only have 1 Mystic, which is Cassio. So I'm like super far off from getting 4 Vanguards or 4 Mystics. So I already have 4 Brawlers here. So my best bet on my level 7 roll down here is to actually 2-star my frontline Brawlers here, and it'll be good enough to get me level 8. Because remember, your goal when rolling down at level 7 isn't to formulate like your final comp, because you're going to do that at level 8. Your goal at level 7 is to survive long enough to get to level 8. And it doesn't matter what frontline you use. So it could be 4 Vanguards, 4 Mystics, 4 Brawlers, doesn't matter, as long as you could keep your carry alive. In this case, it's Kindred. And for my carry that I'm going to be rolling for, I'm either looking for a 2-star Kindred or a 1-star Ahri, and that should be strong enough to get me to level 8. So I'm gonna play this clip and show you my roll down. Okay, so here I proceed to roll down and I roll once, and I actually hit my 2-star kindred. And at this point, I just sat here and I thought, okay, I have a good front line, I have 4 brawlers, and I have a 2-star kindred with perfect items. And this board is not like super strong because of my front line, but it's definitely strong enough to get me to level 8 without taking too much damage. And the more gold I save here at level 7, the stronger my level 8 roll down is going to be. So here I just decide to sit, and then I'll show you my fights that progress. Yeah, my 4 brawler front line is doing a pretty good job tanking, and then my kindred is doing a ton of damage because of her item. She just crit for 1.2k. She's not as good as Ari, but 2-star kindred is definitely stellar enough to get you to level 8. Okay, here's the last clip I'm going to show you guys. So this game's a little bit different from the previous 2 games. In the previous 2 games, by the time I was level 7, I was already committed to a certain comp, but here I still have no idea what I'm going to play. I have 2 Rivens on my bench and also have an Ashe. If I played Riven here, I have pretty good items for her. I have Declaw and I have Hodge, and then this Rod on my bench could go on to my Riven, and then this John Slayer could go on to my Jhin, and then this Glove could be on my Jhin for QSS. If I were to play Ashe here, the Hodge could go on my Ashe. I already have John Slayer, and this could be a QSS, and then I have some Brawlers on my bench, so I could also pivot into Ashe as well. When I roll down on level 7, I'm going to be picking up all the units for Dusk Riven and all the units for the Ashe comp, and then I'll flex between which one I hit more of. I'm going to show you my roll down. So on my first roll, I get an Ari, a chosen Ari. It's a really hard decision to make because I have no units to support my frontline Ari. And basically, if I pick up Ari here, my items are okay for her. I have Hodge, GS. I could also slam Jeweled Gauntlet, and that would make her playable, but that would basically force me to commit onto Ari. But remember, your roll down on level 7 isn't to finalize your final comp. Your roll down on level 7 is to get you to level 8, and then you could fix your comp at level 8 later. So in the end, I decide to pick up this Ari, and then I slam my Hodge on her and my Giant Slayer, and then I slam Jeweled Gauntlet. That is strong enough to get me to level 8, so I decided to pick it up. So my current board is my chosen Ari, and my front line consists of a bunch of keepers. So remember the conditions to get to level 8, you need a good user for your carry items, and you need a good front line. So my front line is okay. It's not bad, but it's not really that good either because I have all 1-star units. If I had a bit more gold than 30, I would roll down here to try and 2-star my Riven or my Kennen or Elise. But the thing is, if I roll down any more below 30, I'm going to have a lot of trouble getting to level 8. And I'm going to have no gold to roll down with at level 8 when I actually do get to it. So I decide to greed a little bit. Even though my front line is a little weak, I tank these next few rounds. But by the time I do get to level 8, I actually end up hitting a 3-star Riven, because I was able to stop myself from rolling below 30 gold. If I rolled more at level 7 past maybe 10 more gold, I would not have been able to afford this Riven. Me high rolling this Riven 3 was able to get me a 2nd place in this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys were able to get something out of this very informative video. Stage 4-1 is definitely the hardest round to play in the game. It's a round that even I struggle with and make a lot of incorrect decisions sometimes, so I'm still trying to improve myself when I play. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment down below and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next time.